sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. Weeks of additional practice and prep for bowl games not only can set the tone for what we're going to see in this game, but for what might be in store next season as well. As we'll see the number 16 team in the country, the Eastern Michigan Eagles, taking on a team from Conference USA, the Missouri State Bears. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Kickoff team is out there ready to get this bowl game underway. On the move from inside is 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Eastern Michigan's offense comes onto the field first today. Guys, it's been a long season. These two squads have had their fair share of battles, but today, David, they have a chance to end the season with a double.
Yeah, and it's a little bit old school, right? With the bowl system, not as much to play for, but you get to put that uniform on again. And it should mean something. You had the bowl prep. You got to have some fun in a different city, Jesse. Now
breaks into the open. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Eastern Michigan.
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bears offense will get the ball for the first time. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
and it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week,
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Finds the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Punt is in the air on 4th down. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle, it's Moses. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll throw again after the incompletion. Going to try to get it himself. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. He's brought down a short return, but the defense comes out on top with the pick. Okay, guys, the Bears offense comes onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
and this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Back to pass, it's Hooks. Rush is on him.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
fire. Oh, they're after him. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys, he could not wait to get back out there. And that time, it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the first down.
The play action fake. Working that left side now. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Eastern Michigan. They'll try to add another to their lead.
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Bear offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Makes the grab. It's Richards. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And the Bears come to the line in the hurry-up. Dropping back, it's Hooks. Under fire. Got it in the middle, it's Cooks. Stopped right at the 42-yard line as this defense forces a fourth down. The Bears will bring the punt team onto the field. And the return man will have no chance as the ball sails out of bounds. Let's see what they can get going on this drive as they snap it from the 7. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Got the first down and still on his feet. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on?
Turning it on! Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. Quarterback on the keeper. And he steps out of bounds, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Eastern Michigan has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with second down. Gives it on the option. Stop just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. And the Eagles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
The marker rests at the 39, and that's what they need here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the connection on third down.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Trying to make magic with his feet. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Use the play fake, now to throw. Here comes the heat. Intercepted, oh, what a play. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. From the gun, the running back has it.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
Catch in the middle, it's Baker. That'll be enough to move the sticks and give Eastern Michigan a first down.
You run the slant route day one, and this is something that the quarterback and the wide receiver has done 100 million times out there on the field in the offseason. I see man-to-man coverage. I know I can run the slant. Boom, stick my foot in the ground, throw it in completion to my wide receiver.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Leaves it with the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on third and long. Grab near the sticks. It's Baker. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
Reads it, fires complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Give to the running back. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Eagles! Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Caught in the backfield, it's Cooks. Hard running there. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. And the Bears will line up to punt it away. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. Anyway, there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He makes the catch, but the official's right on top of it, signaling out of bounds. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. Caught over the middle. It's Baker. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. There's the pressure. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. The Eagles have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. There he goes. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play.
Eastern Michigan going fast. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Snagged in the middle. It's Baker. Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Bring in the heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
1st and 10, the whole menu open. You can run the football. You can do whatever you want. You can tell they call a pass. He does a really good job in the pocket, just being a great athlete.
Pressure is all over him, and he can't get it off. Down he goes, and that'll bring us to the end of the first half. Eastern Michigan will kick it deep to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So here comes the Missouri State offense. While that first half certainly wasn't what they had in mind, maybe a big comeback is in the offing here in bowl season.
Yeah, I think that's a nice way of saying they were awful in the first half. They were terrible. Bowl games, you wonder about motivation. One thing I know, they were clearly not motivated, Palmer.
No, they didn't look focused at all in that first half, David, but this is a team that has a ton of talent. If they can put it here together in the second half, they can close the season out with an exclamation point.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. Back to pass, it's Hooks. Release to the back. Makes the grab. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. The Bears are flying down the field.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions. And then the pass rush, they win up front.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. And the Bears line up to punt it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Eastern Michigan has it back as the Eagle offense returns to the field. The inside handoff. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. Pressure coming. He's going to take off. Makes his way to the 17, but not enough for the first down. Eastern Michigan will be forced to punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Signals for the fair catch and looks it in at the 40. So here comes the Missouri State offense. They've taken 3 haymakers right across the jaw, down 21-0, but David, now the chance to answer.
And this defense has been suffocating, and this is so hard. When you don't have the answers early, man, and the defense hits you in the mouth, you've got to find some plays quickly here to try to make this a football game.
This is an offense that has a lot of pride. They're not used to being in this position.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. The Bears send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
You hate giving up that play if you're the DB on this one because you're playing man coverage. You're trying to defend a slant route.
Oh, he's got some space. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Eagles.
And this dude has been a problem today. Almost 200 yards rushing. Rips off another long run. He has been impossible to stop. They've featured him, and Palmer, I would continue to feature him.
Yeah, I would too, David. I think he's the definition of a running back that gets better as the game goes on. The more and more you give him the football, he just seems to get stronger. He seems to get faster. People do not want to tackle this guy for 60 minutes. He is putting on a show.
The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Gives it on the option. Not much to show for it. This defense has kept them bottled up all day.
I just think such a big part of this offense is being physical and establishing the run game. They haven't had a lot of success offensively early in this one, and that's why right there, they're not able to get this guy going yet.
He lobs one high down the left side. Catch inside the 25. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Bears.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He's got an alley. There he goes. Open it up. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Eagles. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space. Great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you can see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off play action on first down. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. And the Bears now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. He'll keep it himself. Breaks into the open. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15. They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. to the air. It's hooked. Under fire. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He'll pull it on the read. At the 40, there he goes. Bulldozes his way through. A huge pickup on this play. They finally get him out of bounds, and that is some kind of way to wrap up the third quarter. So first down will open up the final period. Here's the handoff. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They've got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
The Bears come to the line with a new set of downs. Rides to back and leaves it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The negative play leaves him with 2nd and 12. The give to the back. Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going.
Looking for the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs. Eastern Michigan has it back as the Eagle offense returns to the field. Got it in the middle, it's Baker. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15. Took just one play, and they got it almost to midfield. First down from the 49. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Catch in the middle. It's Baker. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1. Well, we are winding it down, guys. Only a few more plays left in this season. Also wrapping up a really outstanding performance for this offense.
Yeah, and they're sending out the seniors on the right foot. Guys, we've seen a lot of great football. There have been so many tremendous moments and individual efforts, David. This is a year in college football I know I'll never forget.
Won't forget it. Loved working with you guys. Loved being in the booth. Loved covering these football games. And I'll tell you what, a lot of excitement in college football surrounding the sport, man. Let's just keep loving it.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Goes to the option. The give on the option. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
Coming out with it, it's Mueller. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Handoff from the gun. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Leaves it with the back. He's knocked down behind the line of scrimmage again, and this just hasn't been his day. Nowhere to run. They'll run play action. Pocket breaking down. He'll pull it down and run.
And sometimes these QBs, man, you just want them to hang in the pocket maybe just a little bit longer. It's third down. I got a little bit I got to get, and I think he pulls the football down, tries to make a play with his feet, but the defense does their job and forces the fourth down.
Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. Final minute, this game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road on the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just chillax, go back to the locker room, know they're going to get the victory.
This